Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the One Stop Podcast. As always, it's Brianna, Lindy, and Chris. And today we have another very special episode for you guys. We are interviewing another wonderful F1 content creator, and her name is Ryen Jackson. So we're about to bring her on. Hang tight. Hey, Ryen, welcome to the One Stop.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Okay, perfect. So Ryen, would you please introduce yourself? Obviously, your name is Ryen, but how old are you? Where do you live? What platforms are you on?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Ryen. I live just outside of Austin, Texas. I'm 21. I'm about to turn 22. I'm a student at Texas State University, and I create just motorsport content. And yeah, that's what I do. I am on Instagram and Threads and YouTube.
Sweet.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you're local. Bree and I are both outside of Austin as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice. Yeah, I've lived here my whole life, and so yeah.
Nice. When did you first get into Formula One?
So I actually got into Formula One last year, so I'm still pretty new. But since I've been so close, I've seen it pretty much since it came to COTA, and so yeah, I'm new, but not really, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a total amount of sense there. I've never been to COTA yet, so I am jelly. I can't wait to go this year. What is your favorite team? And then who is your favorite driver?
Okay, so I support all the teams, but my soft spot is for Ferrari always.
Oh, that's my girl. That's my girl.
Yeah, McLaren is a very close second, but I will always love Ferrari. And my favorite is Charles Leclerc.
Chuck?
Oh, Chris.
Old Chuckles?
Leclerc, there it is. You found two of us now.
Chuck Leclerc. Yep. Awesome.
That's what Chris calls Charles.
I love that. That's so funny.
So I think I saw on your Instagram that you've been to COTA once or twice before, right?
Yeah, so I always go to their Christmas event that they always do, but I never went for motorsports until this last couple of months, and I went to MotoGP, and what else did I do? I went to the Motorsport festival that they had a couple weeks ago, or actually no, it was probably a few months ago now. But yeah, so I've been to pretty much just that so far. Yeah.
Sweet.
What made you want to start creating content for Formula One? What was the decision behind that, or the motivation?
So I've always loved social media. I'm getting my degree in that, and so and I've always done photography and stuff like that. So it's I was just immediately oh my gosh, this is amazing. I totally want to just be all into it and do content for it. And actually it was the Ferrari and McLaren social media pages, their actual social media pages, that made me want to do it, because I just thought the way their brand and their marketing was so good. And now Stakes F1 team is really good at their marketing, and it was just very inspirational the way they did it. And so I was immediately okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. So
Speaking of Steak, I love their reels. They make the funniest reels.
They do.
I love it so much.
So you were talking about, getting your degree, and kind of that social media aspect, and then also, just kind of your journey of finding that marketing love, through the team social medias. So what are your long-term goals with being an F1 creator or a motorsport creator, or is this more of just a hobby for right now?
Yeah, so right now I'm trying to not put too much into it, because that would just make me freak out. But I would really love to actually work for IndyCar someday, because I know it's a lot more local and it still has the same kind of feel. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do is like work for either the team or just somehow work with that. There is this one girl that I follow. She is like a content creator for like a specific driver, and I thought that was really cool too. So it's like not the whole team, but like just one driver, and I thought that was really
Mm-hmm.
cool too. So yeah, somewhere along those lines for sure.
Wait, that is cool. I've never
Yeah,
heard of that
IndyCar is
before.
awesome.
Yeah, I really like it. It's really cool.
So you
IndyCar
said
is
that
like,
you
no, go ahead. I was going to say something
no,
sarcastic. You go ahead.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, so you said that you had just started watching Formula One last year. I was gonna ask what got you into it. Was it like Drive to Survive, TikTok edits? Because TikTok edits is what got me into it. Or did you have any family or friends that taught you about it?
Yeah, so I've had so many friends that were like into F1, but we didn't really talk about it. I just like would constantly hear about it from them, and they would just constantly repost things, you know. And so then that kind of like made me think of it, if that makes sense. And then yeah, so it was TikTok, but it's kind of funny because whenever Carlos Sainz was trending, like during that summer, I was kind of just like, oh, like I know about him, but like I don't really care. Like that's like not my thing. Like I don't do motorsports. Like ew, which is funny to say now, but yeah. So after I like kept hearing about that a whole bunch, like on TikTok, it wasn't until like that September that I was trying to sleep and I couldn't sleep, and so I was like, oh, Formula One's on, and so let me just turn that on. I don't really know what it is, but I turned it on and I was immediately hooked after that. And so yeah, that's kind of how I like the short version of how I got into F1, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That reminds me of how I got into F1. Kind of similar. I was a young man, but and have always been a night owl. And so with the time zone differences, it's like, oh, F1's on at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, oh, I guess I'll watch this. And I was like, oh, this is actually really awesome. But I was a long time ago. uh, so, what advice would you give to another a young content creator or a young woman trying to get into the sport or into the industry of creating content for F1?
So, I mean, I know a lot of people say this, but I say just do it. Don't be afraid that whatever everyone else thinks. Like, especially if you're a woman trying to get into motorsport and doing that content, I say just do it. Don't be worried about what other people think because it doesn't matter. Like, if you are passionate about it, then you should do it. And it's really like whenever I started doing um, YouTube videos, I was like kind of self conscious, like seeing my face, like, you know, yeah, you'll get it. But yeah, once you get past that and you just like ignore the people that are saying like, oh, well, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Then it gets so much easier. And yeah, so just believe in yourself first and make sure you have a really good group of supporters that help you out. Like Lindy, she's like always supporting me too. And yeah, so just make sure you have those things too.
That's
Aw.
solid. That's solid advice. Yep. Hit that one perfectly.
Yep.
Because I mean, anyways, I mean, men specifically are going to talk. Chris, no, I'm just kidding. They're going to talk. It's always been a guy place in motorsport, but the women are coming up and we're coming strong. So that was really nice to hear. Definitely believing in yourself.
A lot
So
more
now
girls
that
are joining.
yes, exactly. And they can talk tires any day. Like, I love it. It's so good. So now that you are like, getting more immersed in the world and, gaining a little bit more confidence with yourself in terms of, putting yourself out there and just going for it. Do you have any exciting projects or collaborations in the future that you're wanting to talk about?
So as of right now, since I've been kind of slacking on doing my social media content because of just school starting back up and like all of that stuff, I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that I'm going to a few races that I'm super excited about, and I'm gonna make content there.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's what I'm excited about. I'm not entirely sure about collaborations yet, but yeah, I don't know.
What
No, I
races
feel
are you
you.
going to?
I'm going to the World Endurance Championship that's in like 2-ish weeks, I think. Yeah, and the USGP too.
Okay, so you'll be at COTA as well?
Yes.
Nice.
We'll see you there.
Yep.
Can't wait.
We'll be the dysfunctional ones.
Wait,
Yeah.
you
Pretty
guys
easy.
should actually all meet.
I'm going
Yep.
to. I'm gonna link up.
Like, just meet.
We'll be on turn
everyone.
9.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be so fun.
I was gonna say, like, have you been on any other podcast, or is like this your first one?
No, this is my first one, and so I'm freaking out.
Don't freak out. It's so good. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Great.
No worries.
You're doing great. But okay, we have like some fun questions for you now. So, because it's like the second half of the season now, summer break is over. If you had to guess, just put a guess out there. Who do you think will end up winning the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship?
Oh my gosh, if you would have asked me this question last year, that would have been easy. I have zero clue. Like, I don't know if it still continues to be like this for Red Bull, like for this last half of the season. I think McLaren has a really strong lead, I think. And so McLaren, and I don't know about the driver. I don't know.
Don't know. Wow. It's okay. You can say it. It's going to be Max.
Lando.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
Max. It's gonna
be
no.
Max.
Lance, LOL. Sorry, I did not mean to LOL like that. No, Max. It's gonna be Max.
Yeah.
That's wishful thinking from Lindy.
Lance?
No, she's been really wanting
I want
Lando
Lando.
so bad.
Yeah.
Lando.
Yeah, if Lando could win. Amazing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, for Ryan, are you participating in any F1 fantasy leagues?
Okay, so I am in an F1 fantasy league with Underground F1, but I have dropped the ball so bad. Like, I really need to go check on it because it's such a mess. But yeah, I was thinking about it like a couple of days ago. I was like, oh man, I probably should check it because the difference between the start of the season and now is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no clue how that's going. But yeah.
That's similar to me. I want to say the last time I actually checked in with my team was Montreal because everything just went crazy after that. And I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Everybody's winning now. I don't know what to do. I kind of forgot about it. But here's another fun question. If you could go to any race for free, which one would you go to and why?
Oh, see, I don't know. I think it would have to be Monaco because either Monaco or Monza. Monaco because, it's a classic. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously. And I've always like talked with my dad about it, like saying like, oh, we should like go to Monaco someday and like watch the race there. And my dad's like, oh yeah, on a yacht. I'm like, okay, well that's your thing. But also Monza was like the first race that I actually like really watched, and so I think that would be like really special to watch that race like in person, and especially since it's very obviously not in Texas, it would be a lot harder to get to. But
That's interesting. I don't think I'd go to Monaco for the race though, unless I wanted to catch up on my sleep.
Gosh, you go for the atmosphere.
Yeah, I was gonna say that race was really uneventful, but just as a whole, like the atmosphere of Monaco is it seems amazing. Like I feel like that's why I would want to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm hoping that once the cars get a little bit smaller again, starting in
Yeah.
26. I think that might be a little bit more interesting. The cars are just too big for the track. That's why they can't get around each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's okay. We get good commentary from Max. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to the F1 fantasy leagues. So, how did you pick people to be on your team? Like, did you just pick your favorites, or were you like strategic about it?
Well, okay, so I did like football fantasy like a couple years ago, but I had no clue what I was doing because it's just like it wasn't like my thing. And so I was just like doing it like for my family. So I didn't really know exactly what to do, but I just knew that I didn't want to put Max. For some reason, I was like, okay, I'm not going to take the easy way out and put Max on there. So yeah, I think I just did. I remember putting Carlos on there because I had high hopes for him, like to kind of like say, hey, Ferrari, look what you're missing out on, which I was right, at least for that one race. I can't remember what race it was, but yeah. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I did with it. And now I could not tell you what is even going on with that, just because it's been such an unpredictable race so far, or season so far.
It really has. I thought I knew what I knew. I don't know anything. Like every time, so we used to do like podium predictions every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stopped. There was like no way we could not tell who was gonna win. But that kind of brings me to another fun question about drivers, kind of picking and choosing from them. So if you had gotten stranded on an island with 3 F1 drivers, who would it be and why?
Ooh, okay. I feel like number one would be Lando because I feel like he could keep us all entertained. And then, ooh, I don't know. I feel like maybe Max because I feel like he could, I don't know, be like rational and like us out or something, like figure out a problem. I don't know. Maybe Charles because maybe he'll have some ice cream in there and keep us fed.
The ice cream. Essential. It's essential.
Oh yeah.
Wait, but Valtteri would
All right,
actually probably be one of mine.
Yeah, he's
Really?
always in nature.
Sportsman.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
I'd be safe
That's a
with
good
him.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. I got another fun question for you. So, if some of the drivers were not Formula One drivers, what do you think their alternate jobs would be in the alternate universe?
Ooh, okay. I feel like a lot of them would like be golfers and stuff because that's like, or a paddle player because that's like the other like
Valid.
sports that they do. Yuki would be a chef, 100%, 100%. Valtteri, don't know what he would do. I feel like he would just do everything, just whatever. And then I don't know.
I could see him as like a fish and game warden
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
or
a
a
good one.
cyclist.
That's a really good one.
That's
Right?
a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. I'm trying to think. I don't know. They did talk about that in one interview. I think it was with like Lando and Oscar or something. They said like, "Oh, well, what do you think Lando would be if he wasn't an F1 driver?" And I think they said golfer. But yeah, I don't know.
I could see
That's
that.
all I got.
Charles would own a gelato shop.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
I can see that too. That's a good one.
out of the remaining drivers that have not signed yet, who do you want to see get a seat?
Ooh, I'm trying to remember the ones that are not in there. I really want to see Daniel Ricciardo in a seat again. I really like him. He's great. I consider him an honorary Texan for sure. So that would be nice.
Yeah, he is. He was meant to be a
Yep.
cowboy.
For sure.
What
But
about
yeah,
our
thank you for
Miami
sure.
boy? Do you think Logan's going to Indy?
I really hope so. Because it's just not looking like he's going to get an F1 seat. And as much as that breaks my heart so much, because I love him, I really think that IndyCar would be really good too.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for him.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I think that's yeah, I think that pretty close to wrapping it up. We appreciate your time, though. It was a pleasure. It really was.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Good, good. I'm glad you had a good time.
I hope that we run into you at COTA
Yeah.
and other events that are happening in the area, because that'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely need to meet up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a wrap on Ryen Jackson. See y'all next time.
Bye.